Good morning, beloveds. And it actually is morning. Because I came home from fair yesterday and just flat out, I fell asleep on the couch. I did. So I didn't do yesterday's yesterday, so I'm doing yesterday's today. And I'm going to take a short break and then do today's. Because today is the final day of the Texas Renaissance Festival. It is pack down day. I don't know what time I'm going to get home. Although with 6 of us working, it shouldn't take too long, and she got a cargo van, so hopefully I won't have any of her stuff living in my guest room for a year or 6 months, which is what happened well, in 2019, it became a year and a half, because, I had it for the year of COVID, and then, so last year it was just 6 months, because I sent it to Scarborough and Georgia. So yeah, there we are. I'm dropped a stitch, but I'm picking it back up. And it looks like yesterday was a really practical one. So the reading for November 26th the title is Daily Affairs. Our first quote is, "For the Lord is God of knowledge, is a God of knowledge, and by it actions are weighed." Okay. And that is 1 Samuel. I'm not familiar with that quote. All of my affairs are in its hands. To it are clearly visible the best ways, methods, and means for my greater expression. I leave my affairs in the hands of this principle, and I cooperate with it. Operate with it. That's Science of Mind, page 305. All right, hang on 1 second. I have a tendency to wear these on my head, and so occasionally I need to clean them. Let's see if that makes it better. All right. Learn to fill your life to the brim with all the divine has to offer us. Learn to let go and let God deliver great joy and good into your daily affairs. Oh, okay. Learn to let go and let God deliver great joy into your daily affairs. Enter into this day I can read. Enter into this day and every day with greater desires, greater visions, greater dreams, and with expectancy and acceptance of the perfect unfoldment of each moment. Concentrate your heart and mind on the ideals you have envisioned for yourself, the joys, the achievements, the loving relationships. Through the ecstasies of discovery of your Christ self, allow your mind to formulate the highest good you can think of, the good that brings the thrill of happiness to you and to others. Walk down the boulevard of life, gathering joys along the way. Dream new dreams each day, accepting the guidance towards their fulfillment. Know that as you move toward your greater good, there is always the strength to hold to the truth and beauty of life and the courage to discard the illusions of its ugliness. I feel the soft touch of spirit within my heart. I recognize the warm flow of spirit within my body. I experience the bright guidance of spirit within my daily affairs and activities. I am one and inseparable with all of the good in the universe, for I am one with God, the originator of that good. My life and all it concerns is good because God is good and I am an expression of God. And that is W.M. William Miller. And there's a couple of ways that I can go with this one. And I think the direction that I'm going to go today is starting off your day with a spiritual practice, okay? It can be anyone. And he kind of leans into one about envisioning. So if you start your day with God, which we don't even do that on Sundays. Because it's like we don't wake up, we wake up going, okay, well, I'm going to go to church today. But there are all those little mundane things that we do before we get to church. And we do that every day. It's like every day there's all those little mundane things that we do. And, but when you open your eyes, if one of the first things that you could do is envision the kind of day that you want to have, and envision having that day with the divine guidance, and try that and see if that doesn't change your day. One of the things that I have appreciated in the 2 years that I've been doing this. Yeah, it's been 2 years because I've gotten through 2 books. I'm two and a half books into this. Since I do this so early in my day, that all the rest of my day is kind of not necessarily, I hesitate to say God-centered, spirit-centered, but I kind of start my day that way. I mean, yeah, I get up and I go and do an exercise, but for me, that exercise is a spiritual practice. So, I start my day with a spiritual practice. I start my day with that spiritual principle, and I think that it's gone a long way to helping me get through some of the things that have gone on, especially this last year. This last year's been, the ups and downs have been, something else. And so, I think because I do this kind of work early in my day, it's helped me. It's helped, because I talk about the spiritual principle of doing something loving and kind and compassionate for yourself. And I do that first thing in the morning. And that kind of sets me into that mindset of, okay, loving, kind, compassion. And so I think that may be what he's going. It's like, why do we reserve, and I remember Jesse's talked about this more than once. It's like, why do we reserve one day of the week for God when what God is asking for? It's like, okay, this is the way I want to say it. It's like, why do we reserve one day of the week for God when what God did was rest? We can still give a 1/7 of our time to God, and we can take that day of rest, but we could give a little bit of our each morning to God, to Spirit, whatever it looks like for you. Start our day off with that, and then we can take our 7th day as a true day of rest. We're still going to start it off with Spirit, and see if that doesn't change. Because honestly, even on the 7th day, do we really rest? I don't know about you, but there's a whole lot of stuff that I got to get done on Sunday, So, I even go to the gym now on Sundays. So, I am working the God-given temple, but, so it's an idea. It's an idea. And what he's saying is every day, focus on your joys, focus on your expectations, focus on your highest vision, focus on your ideals. Start your day that way. Start your day with that divine principles. Start your day with that divine guidance. And see if that doesn't change how your day goes. So it sounds like that's exactly what our mission today is. To start our day with. I mean, the title is Daily Affairs. And that phrase, and I struggled with it. Learn to let go and let God deliver great joys and good into your daily life. When, as practitioners, we treat for people, one of the things that we'll ask them is, what would you like me to hold for you? What is it that you're asking for treatment for? And sometimes you don't know the answer to that. And so, especially like I was talking to a friend of mine about, he was going to the doctor to get test results, and he didn't actually know what he wanted, with the test results. And I was like, well, here's the good news. I can treat for your highest and best. I don't have to know what it looks like. You don't have to know what it looks like. Spirit knows what your highest and best looks like. Now, don't use that as a spiritual bypass. Okay. You still have to do your own work, and, you've got to give spirit direction. But sometimes when you are caught and don't know what you want, you treat for the highest and best. But every time you treat, you can always treat for, this is what I want, but I'm open to better. I'm open to more. I'm open to, and so, it's like, I'm open to my highest and best. So this or something better. All right. You're still on the hook to do, because he said it in here. We cooperate with spirit. We cooperate with spirit, but we also operate with spirit. We are co-creators. It's like, I cannot do this work without you. But the same's true. Spirit cannot do the work, because spirit does for us what spirit can do through us. So I'm not giving you a pass there. I'm just suggesting there may be a way that you can get a little bit more out of it. That's my suggestion. So know that as you move toward your greater good, there is always the strength to hold the truth and beauty of life, and the courage to discard the illusions of its ugliness. The mission today, should we choose to accept it. Let's see if we can't do that. When we open our eyes first thing in the morning, and I am not a morning person, if we can't turn towards spirit and start our day with spirit, whatever that looks like. Start our day with the highest and best, start our day with that principle, start our day with that divine guidance, and see how it changes how you move through the day, the week, the month, the year. All right. Because I think doing this early in the morning has done a lot for me. It does. All right. So that is the mission today. The second one is the same one I give you every day, which is what I was just talking about: to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself, whatever that looks like. In my case right now, it's mineral water. The trace minerals don't taste good, but lemon and stevia do. So, yeah, I probably didn't drink enough water yesterday, and I'm going to try not to get dehydrated today. So loving, kind, and compassionate. Sometimes it looks like just straight up, basic self-care. Sometimes it looks like, taking a deep breath. Sometimes it looks like taking a day off. Sometimes it looks like taking a nap. Sometimes it looks like eating dessert first. It's loving, kind, and compassionate. It is a spiritual practice. It is very important. It can be especially very important if we are going to start our day with spirit to do that. When we consciously connect with the source of our own being, we are consciously connecting to an infinite source of love, an infinite source of kindness, an infinite source of compassion. And I firmly believe that we are our own best test subject. If we practice on ourselves, then we will know. We get immediate feedback. Is this loving? Is this kind? Is this compassionate? Yes. Well, let me try this out on other people. If it doesn't work out quite that way, well, let me see what I can do about that. It is definitely a spiritual practice of self-care, but it's also a spiritual practice of joy. That was one of the things that William Miller talked about in the reading about making time for joy. And I firmly believe that no matter what is going on in your life or in the world, it's imperative that we make time for joy. So that is also part of that spiritual practice of loving, kind, compassionate for yourself. You deserve your own love. You deserve your own kindness. You deserve your own compassion. So, practice on yourself. All right. Practice on yourself. One, it will create a groove so that it will become a habit. It'll become a first response. A default setting is what I like to say. But it'll also help you create a bank so that when you meet people that need a little extra, you got a bank to draw from. All right. The other things are the same things. Do something to engage your mind and your body. Drink plenty of water, which you just watched me do. and get that early in your day bright light. Reset all those hormones. The hydration is super important because everything works better when you're hydrated. That early in your day bright light does help to reset those hormones. It will it'll help you have more energy during the day. It'll help you sleep better at night. It's science. You can look it up. Circadian rhythms. Okay. And then, as always, in the words of Ernest Holmes, open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you, you do live in heaven. All right. It's a state of mind. It is a state of consciousness. And the amazing thing about that is that it means any place can be heaven. So heaven isn't a place. It's a state of mind, state of consciousness. But that means that we can create heaven in any place that we are. And that is just really cool. And as always, we can take Emma's advice, open the windows of to look for the good and praise it. And those two right there, that's a good way to start your day. You want to start your day with spiritual principle, look for the good and praise it, and open the windows of your soul. I mean, Emma and Ernest, they are definitely bookmarks in my spiritual teachings. So they are bookmark teachers for me. If I can't find it between them. All right. Okay. So here's the social media part. We are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I'm the running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. If you want to know what's going on with the center, I encourage you to email info@creativelife.org. That'll get you on the constant contact. The hot links are hot. That will get you everything you need to know about our center, including contacting people that you might need contact with. Yeah. Okay. And here's where I get to encourage you to have a great day, wondrous day, a fantastic day, amazing day, a sunny day. It is Sunday. It should be Saturday, but I already explained that. A wondrous day, a rest day, a get things done day, whatever kind of day you need to have, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day because you are enough just as you are. You are a bright light. You are a divine spark. You are a godling. You are a beloved child of God, in whom God is well pleased and well represented, always and forever. All right. So, now, what's probably going to happen is I'm going to be back on here in about 20 minutes to do this again. And then there will be an 11 a.m. service, and then there will be Reverend David around 5. We'll see. All right. So know that you are loved. Take care of yourself, and I will see you next time.